Declutter Coach. My team and I help families and businesses cut the clutter, get organized, and lead a more productive and stress-free life. Come along on our journey as we help our clients and find the motivation you need to make positive changes in your life. This is Organization Motivation. Closed captioning provided by Forever, the world's first permanent online photo storage and sharing service. Hi, I'm Deb Cabral, the Declutter Coach. Welcome to this episode of Organization Motivation. Today's episode is about moving. We know you can all relate to that. We've all had to move during our lifetime. We're going to give you some great tips on how to get organized before you move so that when moving day comes, you can relax and it's going to be a breeze. Well, we're very excited for today's episode of Organization Motivation because it's a moving episode. We know so many of our viewers are in the process of moving or thinking about moving, and it can be overwhelming, right, Julie?
Very, very overwhelming.
Well, I'm happy to introduce Julieann Sylvester, who's a good friend of mine and happens to be my branch manager at KeyBank, where I do my business banking. Now, Julie is no stranger to Organization Motivation. She was on the show many years ago giving us some financial tips, which I think the viewers really enjoyed. So now today, we're going to give Julie some tips.
Julie needs some tips.
So Julie, tell us about what's going on with your move.
So we bought a house, been living here a couple years, not big enough, so decided to buy a house. And so we really need to figure out what do we need, what do we not need, what should move, what should we just sell or scrap, so it is overwhelming.
It is. We're going to give you some great tips on how to get organized before a move. We have helped dozens of people and corporations move from one location to the next, and you can save a tremendous amount of money by decluttering and only bringing things to your new home that you're going to absolutely love or absolutely use. Moving from one house to the other, if you have boxes that you never opened and you did not use, chances are you do not need those items. So before you go on to your next move, make sure you declutter. So we're gonna quickly go through some of these things and do you use this?
Yes.
Okay, these are adorable. So these are keeps, right?
Yep.
You're definitely gonna keep this. This I love. My children are getting older now, but I still do a kid's tree. This is adorable, like for a kid's tree, don't you think? Have you used this? When was the last time you used it?
Probably haven't used it since I moved in.
Okay, will you use it?
Well, now that you said kids tree, I have a bedroom for my granddaughter in the new house, and that would make a
yes, it would.
Tree.
So that's a key. That's a key. So how about this? The little Santa face.
Oh, he can go.
Okay. So we're going to put a little pile here. And again, he's in good shape, but if you're not going to use him, he can be donated. And these are all things that you're going to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I made those.
You made those. Oh, so that's great. So here's what I want you to do for homework. I want you to be really diligent, and I want you to go through this box and make sure that everything in here you're going to use. Now, the other thing is, when you store things in basement, I can feel it's a little bit damp, and great tip for viewers all over the country, you want to make sure if you're going to store things in the basement to put them in clear plastic.
Okay.
Number one, I like the clear. They sell all the different colored ones, and those are great too, but you need to make sure you label if you're not in a clear bin. Even in a clear bin, when you can see what you have, it's a good idea to label, because what happens is, especially in the cardboard and with paper, the moisture comes in, and then we've seen mold grow on some things, and so you don't want to ruin some of your things.
Right.
So what I would suggest is, go to the local store. Our good friends at the Container Store, we love their clear bins. So that's what I would suggest, and clearly mark them, holiday decorations. Okay. So these are going to go back in.
This box is marked.
It's not marked, right? So how would you know what's in it? Right. Oh, living room. Okay. It says living room. Tip number 2. Thanks, Julie. That was a good lead-in. Tip number 2, make sure you're clearly labeling your boxes. So what we like to do when we're preparing for a move is we ask people to start as soon as you know that you're moving. Start to pack those things that you do not need. So you can really start as soon as you know. In getting, good boxes that are going to be great to move and or things that you can store in after are very important. And what we want to do is not only label what's in the box, but what room it's going to. So you're going to see when we move Julie into her house later on in the show, we are going to actually label every room of her house with either a sticky note or a piece of paper, which is going to make our good friends at Clinton Movers very easily be able to put things where they belong. So 2 things, what's in the box and where the box has to go. After the break, it's time to get a move on. We'll meet Carter Jackson, CEO and president of Clinton Moving, and watch as the team packs up Julie's old house and gets ready for a clutter-free life in her new home. Follow us on Instagram at The Declutter Coach.